I'm Jennica Joyce, and this is the birth story of my second-born son. My first birth was in a hospital, so we decided to try a home birth this time, and it was truly amazing. My firstborn came almost 3 weeks late, so we were kind of expecting the same with Carl Frederick, but he, of course, just like all babies, have their own plans. I'd like to start a few days before he was born at a family blessing that I had, thinking I had plenty of time left. I was so relaxed compared to my first birth because I thought maybe I'm just a long gestator, nothing to worry about. I thought we had plenty of time, but it wasn't any big deal. It was a really nice ceremony we had with beads to shower us in love and good energy for the labor. We also had our guests write positive messaging on rocks, and we were going to surround that by a candle to be lit during our labor. A few days later, I lost my mucus plug, which prompted us to start to do the newborn laundry to get prepared. We also started decorating our little Space Boys area because he's our little space man. But everything else was normal. We took a walk as we normally do, and I taught prenatal yoga that night, thinking it could be a few weeks still. The next day my water broke, so kind of sped things up. I was a little bit in denial, but still called my sister, who's part of our birth team, to start to head over as we decided, hey, we need to get ready for this guy to come. He's maybe on his way. We went to Walmart for last minute things, such as a heating pad, grapefruit juice, granola bars. I was having some irregular contractions and my water was still gushing a little bit, but I still decided to go teach a prenatal toddler class because why not? I'm not going to just sit home and wait. Probably still in denial that he was on his way. My husband did join us though because he thought I was a little bit crazy, but he always supports. The midwife came that afternoon to check on us and everything was good. I proceeded to take care of some last minute items. I think I even applied to be a yoga teacher at one of our parks and recs. Still a little bit in denial. The next day was the day he came, but we still weren't sure if that was going to be his day. I woke up around 3 in the morning with some contractions, so I woke my sister up and had a little dance party. But that didn't last long. Gunnar woke up too, and I ended up nursing him back to sleep, and went back to sleep myself. In the morning, the midwife checked in on us and was going to come in that afternoon to check on us. And so we proceeded as normal. We took a little walk. This time I was having more contractions, but was still able to walk through most of them. The midwife came and she started talking about our options to make him maybe speed it up. I knew it was mainly in my head that I needed to switch from denial to acceptance. Around 3 that afternoon, I wrote him a letter in his birth book, just telling him we're so excited, and then things started to pick up. I wasn't able to do our afternoon walk because I was no longer able to walk through my contractions. About 5:36, we started setting up the birth pool in preparation. We didn't get to light the candle, but we definitely set up camp here. And I was on my birth ball for most of the contractions and set up a little high chair with pillows so I could rest and sleep in between. When I went to go to the bathroom, the contractions would definitely get closer together and a little stronger. If I laid down on the bed, they would get farther apart, but I was able to sleep in between. Around 9 o'clock, they started getting more regular, and so my sweet husband was like, well, maybe we should give the midwife a heads up. And so I said, okay, let's text her. About that time, they were 6, 7 minutes apart. And she said when they get to 4 and 5, we should be there when you feel like you have to push like you're pooping. So about half an hour later, I was like, call the midwife. She should be here. And so she came, and it was maybe then about 10:45, and pretty soon after I got in the water, which was really lovely as I gazed into my husband's eyes during some contractions that would now are speeding up even faster now that I'm in the water. I decided to be more on my back. My hands were behind me, and asked the midwife if I could push, and she said, do what your body tells you to do. And so, the midwife wasn't even there for an hour, and that baby, first his head came out, she said small pushes, and then he was all the way out, and I couldn't believe, but it was before midnight, and I was holding my baby in my arms. He didn't cry at all. He was so peaceful, so calm, and I was a little bit in shock that it happened so quickly and so amazingly. They put a blanket on him, checked his airway, and all was well. We waited for the afterbirth, the placenta, to come out, which was very smooth and no problems. And we just relished in the moment together. The pool was a little cold, so near the end when I was pushing, I asked for more warm water. So by the time the baby came, the water was perfect temperature for us to just enjoy each other. Then once the placenta came out, they asked if we were ready to cut the cord, which my husband did. And then he held the baby while I got out, and they dried me off and took me to bed. And then they checked me out. I had to go to the bathroom, so I got up again. I did end up losing quite a bit of blood, so just like my first birth, I felt like I was going to faint, but unlike my first birth, I didn't. They rolled me back in my bounce chair to the bed, and I actually slept when they were checking his vitals, and awoke to the most beautiful, calm baby boy ever that I've laid eyes on. And it was really a treat to be in my own home, to be able to then go to sleep and rest, and then be excited for the morning when my son Gunnar got to meet his brother for the first time. My sister was amazing taking care of Gunnar while we were with the baby, and she stayed a couple days. So thankful for her presence. And we were transformed to a family of 4. Just like that, each with our own roles. Big brother learning his place, mom surrounded by all these boys and male energy, and of course a proud papa of 2 really wonderful boys. So here we are, and we're all learning our new roles, really taking in all the love for this miracle that we brought in, and thank you for listening. Namaste. What do you think, Gunnar?